Hey there, everyone. So, this next part is just the journal entry because at this point I've done some research. I've actually worked all the way through step one, finding sources, step two, evaluating the sources. So, before I finish up the Noodle Tools cards here, which won't take that long because I've put in some good work, I'm going to do some reflection. It's important to take time during a process to reflect. It's hard to make adjustments later. It's easy to make a plan at the beginning and then deviate from it or need to make adjustments and then accidentally not or neglectfully not. So you want to be able to do this. In real life, most of the time, people don't stop to ask themselves, am I doing this right? But the more you can internalize this process and the more you can answer these questions in your own mind and really evaluate throughout the process and monitor how you're doing, the better you will do, not just in history. So for this research journal, you'll notice, like last time, I didn't answer all the questions in order. In fact, this question is my last one that I'm answering. And I didn't answer all these questions, right? It takes some time to reflect. I mostly like to think about the simple question, what is working and what's not working? So some things that worked for me during this research process so far is building up keywords, right? Like not just starting with the name of, not just searching for the name of the country, but searching for specific events, searching for people's names, coming up with a list. I actually built in a list of keywords that I could search for in the future as well. And also, I've found that something that's working for me is searching through the database by specific types of sources, being able to go through the database and learn what types of sources it has, and even learning how to read the little, what do you want to call them? Legends, the key, reading this information to get a sense of what I'm looking at as I go through these sources. So I don't even have to read every single one of them. I can, learn a little bit about them from the overview. And navigating the menus, right? Like I found my primary source because I was able to navigate the side menu, the explore menu of Gale, specifically finding things in related subjects that go into a new search, and not just not just finding out all my search terms by myself. So, what's not working? Well, the database Gale World History seems to be a little shallow on primary sources, and I've also found that trying to rush this doesn't always work. Right, like I made like 7 different videos, pumped them out there without checking that there was audio. So now I'm re-recording these videos. Sorry that they're late. And right, I rushed and made a huge mistake, and I'm going back and paying for it. So should I try a different approach? Well, one thing that's just as a teacher is I think I'm going to make these videos after the fact. Like you're not seeing me type in my research reflection here. That can be good for people to have the authentic learning moment experience, but it will probably save everybody time, you and me, if I record most of these videos after the fact with the completed information here, especially not showing the process on the OPCVL all the time, knowing when to show and when not, my boss would say. And I've noticed that I've found a lot of information about the Boer Wars. I found a lot of information about this conflict that defined my research country during the time period, but not a lot about the actual government, right? So I'll need to come back and do that later. But the good news is I've already found 2 valuable sources, one primary, one secondary. I've already rejected a source, and I've even found another 3rd useful secondary source. So I do not need to do more analysis in another cover page. I can go in, for example, this next article that I'm going to read about the actual government of South Africa from 1910. I'm going to read it. I'm going to understand it. I'm going to use my approaches to learning on it, but I am not going to do an evaluation cover page. I'm not necessarily going to record all that information, right? I've also included here like my understanding, like a little bit of what I've learned. I'm actually going to get to use this in the next part in an analysis video. So that is my middle reflection. Hope it was useful, and good luck.